Ah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin, and welcome to That's Life Pop. What do I always
Podcast.
podcast? What do I always
The
screw this up,
podcast.
man? Podcast. That's Life podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to that. It's been a couple of. Has it been a couple of weeks? 3 weeks, something like that. I think since we
Been a
last
couple
caught
of
up.
weeks.
Yeah, it's been a
Yeah.
couple of weeks. It's been good times. It's good time to come back and talk about all things Chelsea, of course. Fantastic comeback victory. Man, Ryan, I'll give it to you, bro. Today you're the king, bro. You run the show. Talk to me.
Miz. I just wanna ask you, bro. Why are you smiling so much, bro? It's as
But
if you're
first,
just 4 points behind first place on the Premier League table in December, brother. It's like if you're just a couple points ahead of Arsenal in the 5-year project they have. It's like you're
come
about
on.
4 points ahead of Man City, bro. I don't know why you smile. Why you smile for, bro?
Look,
Tell
all
me.
of that and your setting in the background is rocking, bro. That is one sexy setup, bro. I love
Yo,
it.
bro.
I love it,
Thanks,
bro. Now
bro.
you're right, bro. All of that above, so much to be happy about, bro. I did not expect all of this, bro. I have to admit, I did not expect all of this season. This much happiness. I'm a little bit overwhelmed, bro. I'm a little bit overwhelmed with all the sufferings I've had to, endure over the last 2 seasons. I thought this might be also another tumultuous season, but bro, I go back to this point all the time, and it keeps ringing in my head when you said to me, we might just have to keep sacking until we find the right guy, man. We just have to keep sacking until we
Once we
find the
get
right guy.
lucky.
Once we get
Until
lucky,
we
and
get lucky.
I think we just got lucky, bro. I think we got lucky.
Bro. I don't wanna be too happy, bro. I don't wanna be too happy. I mean I'm not somebody to get carried away, you know what I mean? It's
Come
not like
on,
I
bro.
was talking
Yes, you
about
are.
it's not like I was talking about title race like 4 weeks ago, messaging you essays about why it could be possible, what's the missing piece.
It's
Like I
true,
don't wanna hear
It's true.
I don't wanna hear anything that rhymes with title race. I don't want
Mm.
to. You know why?
Yeah, sure.
I don't want to hear it, right? Because it's not possible. How
Now
could we
tell me
be in
the
a title
truth.
race? How could we be in a title race if we're just 4 points behind first,
Mm.
and with 2 points ahead third, 3 points ahead fourth?
It's
Okay,
impossible.
let me stop joking around now. I'm buzzing.
Yeah.
I'm buzzing. Miss, I think for me, there's moments this season where we had to win that important game, and I'm buzzing and I'm excited. I can't wait for the match, and then we draw, or we
Yeah.
lose, or we let ourselves down. I think
Mm.
today was one of them matches, man, where it felt like our Chelsea again.
Yeah,
And
bro.
I think there was like creeping up to this game. I think in the last 4 games, there was like signs like we're
Yeah.
getting our Chelsea back. We're getting our
Yeah.
Chelsea back. But today, man, going 2-0 down in 15 minutes, and then to score 4 goals of personality and digging in deep against our away crowd that's throwing rubbish at our players, that's booing our
Wow.
players,
Wow.
with the pressure of cup being second and the media pressure. It seems like, man, it came to this point where I could say, bro, and I don't want to have any fear on my shoulders or anything. But I think we have our Chelsea back, bro. Because let me
Bro.
tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Mm.
We have our Chelsea back. It's not about we're second on the table or third on the table.
Mm.
I think it's about not only our tactics are developing, but we've shown that our manager is someone who could take us levels, but not only take us levels tactically each game and make us improve, but he's taking our players levels. He's improving our players not from only a performance point of view with skill set, but from a mental maturity point of view.
Yeah.
I said that our next manager had to be like a principal of a high school. And we got a guy who worked with academy people before, and he's
Yes.
using those skills And he's
Yes.
training and getting. Even when Madueke came in today, he looked like he wanted to run and take on players and score.
Yeah.
He
The
didn't
the,
waste time.
and the public criticism did not phase him. It was as if, all right, teacher, no problems. Thank you for that. I'm gonna go out there and prove you and prove myself as well. You're right, bro.
It's like it's multiple signs. It's not just
Yeah.
second. It's all these four things from mental to physical to skill to tactics, bro. I think our Chelsea is back, man. Maybe title race. I don't want to be too buzzed and stuff yet, but I would say, man, we belong with Arsenal. We belong with Man City, and we belong with Liverpool.
Bro, today, honestly, the way we came back, first of all, I fully believed it as well. At 2-0, you would have seen my watch along. You were there.
I
I
was
was
with
like,
you, bro.
you were with me, bro. I was like, I'm not taking this. I'm not for a second. I'm taking this because I know this team that's so uncharacteristic. I know they're gonna come back, and especially the opposition are good enough. And Jadon Sancho, I don't know if you saw some of his comments post match. He said they were asking him that what did you think at 2-0 down, and he's like, we knew there were just a couple of mistakes. There were there were individual errors, so we knew our game that we can easily come back. And then he scored the goal, and he said from there they fully believed, yeah, we're gonna come back into this game. So you're right, bro. Like Enzo Maresca has instilled something in their head, that belief that no situation is dangerous anymore. In fact, every situation is dangerous for the opposition. You think you got us down 2-0. Oh, we're about to show you what's going to hit you now. So, look, I absolutely love where this team is going. And you're right, bro. Every player is developing. Do you see every Badia Shield?
Benoit.
But
Benoit.
less of those two players. They're probably
Bro,
not developing.
yo.
We come back. We will come back to them. Don't worry. But Ryan, bro, you're absolutely right, man. I mean, this
We
manager
got
has done a
lucky
madness, bro. I mean, even
on
the
all
players,
levels.
Medueke, off the back of the criticism, he said, and I think he had he took a bit of a snapshot at Poch. He goes, this manager's not there to be your friend. He's not there just to be your friend. He's there to tell you the truth. And he goes, I rather want that. I rather have that. So I love it, man. The epic comeback, the way we carried ourselves in the second half, bro. I'm just so excited. I can't wait for the next game against Brentford. I have to be honest with you. You know how you've been saying all this time that you're just jovial, you're kind of half entertaining, a little bit, jokey. But I know you inside. You've been messaging me for the past 4 weeks. We're in the title race. Let me tell you something, brother.
Tell
Next
me.
weekend,
Let me tell you something, brother.
let me tell you
Hulk
something,
Hogan.
brother. Hulk Hogan style.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, brother. Next weekend, I swear, if we beat Brentford, bro, I might have to start entertaining this thought, It's not going to be a joke anymore. This title conversation really needs to start materializing. I'm being
Let's
honest
get
with
into it. Let's get into it, miss. Let me be honest with you, brother.
you. Yeah.
Right? Let me tell you something now, brother, right? Yo.
Couple of
First,
Hulks talking to each other.
first Lavia got a people's elbow. And then now, yeah, Hulk
Did you
Hogan
find that
popping
funny
up.
when I said that in live stream?
Yo,
The guy
that-
landed
that-
a people's elbow.
Yeah. Yo. But let me tell you something, right? No, wait. Let me stop saying that. Let me articulate this to you, my brethren. Okay.
Brother.
Right. So I think I said this after the match to you, right, on his stream. I said that Enzo, he's like, this is the first time that I felt as if fans are seeing issues and then the manager sees it the same time and fixes it the next week.
Yeah.
I think that's so rare, man. It's always that we felt like we had managers, and they, for some reason, whether it's politics, talking to the board for ulterior motives, it seems like managers know what the problem is. They would stay with that.
Yeah.
They won't fix it because they want the board to fix it in January or June.
Correct.
Or something like that. I felt so much times on the Potter, anybody, we see like we exactly know what the problem is, Why did it take 7 weeks before you changed it? And why did it take 4 losses, 2 draws? Why did it take 10th place to change it? I think with Maresca, we had problems. I think most one we saw is like Gusto, the way he was playing, being that most recently we see that he was the extra man. And why is he getting all the chances? Now we see that Gusto is playing more of a tucked in midfield role, and Enzo Fernandez is that extra man. And what an extra man he is, brother. What an extra, but we'll get back to that. Second thing is Cole Palmer. He was getting double and triple mark for that hard run of games. Now with Enzo being the extra man, now Cole Palmer is getting a bit free to do what he wants now in attack. You don't see Cole Palmer in central midfield like 4 games ago. He's in the final third.
Yes.
So now we see that he's fixed these things within a couple of weeks, from last international break to now. This is literally only about 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago.
Incredible. That's incredible.
But Miz, for title challenger, and I'm a giddy guy, right? But there's one last problem to solve. And I'm going to start with this. And it's not Sanchez, because I think we could solve it easily with Jurgens and we could give him a chance.
Yeah. Yes.
But brother. No.
Brother.
Yo. How is Enzo? Could he pull off the last miracle in solving the problem, the issue of our centre backs while Fofana is out for a month?
Bro, look, first of all, Ryan, I think look, even though I think he removed Lavia because of injury concerns, but inadvertently it kind of worked out for us as well, because it allowed Gusto to come in, brought back Caicedo into the middle, and it's not like Caicedo's bad on the right side anyway. He's good. They brought him back, and what it really did was it removed Buddy Ashil from that right side to the left side. Because
but what it did too, you see Cucurella got all clearance to attack after that too.
Correct. It allowed Cucurella to bomb forward.
He could do what he wants.
He can do what he wants, and his link up with Sancho was looking good on that left side.
Yeah.
It was looking good. So, look, I don't know whether we can get a full-term solution for Buddy Ashil, because, okay, we can give Tosin a chance. Yeah, we can give him a chance. I think Desasi is a no-go. Desasi is another deal, bro. That's not a deal.
You know that picture, like when they put the lineups out and it has that one with Axel, Desasi's face just like this in the lineup. Bro, imagine against Bradford, you just see that face pop up before.
End the stream, Dave. End the stream. Do you know what I mean? Now, if I see that, that would be a mad one. Look, yeah, we can give Tosin an opportunity, but as I said, I think it's that aggression that comes into play. I think Tosin is more or less like Levi Colwell, but I wouldn't mind seeing that. I think for the time being, Ryan, I think the solution will be Malo Gusto will come into the game again. Malo Gusto will come in and he'll operate.
Badishil would be left centre back.
Yes, yeah.
You think Gusto would be like our RCB in a back three then, and Colwell will be centre?
Yeah. I think something like that. It's not ideal, Ryan. It's not. I'm not saying that this is a mad solution. I think it can be a solution for the time being until Fofana comes back. Because, look, Gusto can carry the ball.
Timeline on him?
They did say 3 to 4 weeks, bro. They did say 3. It's hamstring, so it's a problem. It's a problem.
Hear me out. Listen, today Badiashile is getting beaten not only on ball playing, but like the amount of times players run behind him or just pass them or push the ball past them, even in tight spaces. We can't sustain it, bro. We can't sustain it. Maybe this time we were able to get away with 4-3. But let me tell you, not every time let me tell you something again, brother. Not every time we're going to score 4 goals, bro. Right?
Bro.
And the thing is, I would much rather, I don't know, I haven't watched much of like the Conference League because I have a job and shit, right? I can't be watching Conference League every Tuesday, right?
I'm telling you, Badishil's been rubbish there too.
No, but I saw the Sassy's getting beaten crazy, just like Badia Shield, like ball going through his legs and all kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Is Tossin made to look like a fool like those previous two? Like,
No,
is he
he's not.
someone who could? Because I don't mind someone who's not perfect, but I would rather someone who's at least a bit safer.
Yeah, yeah,
Because the consequences it was having with Badia Shield there was just too much. I think like Colwell had to on one end look for Caicedo, who was right back, on one end look at Badia Shield, on one
yeah.
end Colwell was doing everything today besides looking after who he's supposed to be marking.
Correct,
And it's
correct.
just
And
too
that's the
much for a
problem.
young defender. It's too
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
I didn't even blame Colwell today. I think that if we had to go to centre back, man, we need to try something else than Badia Shield because he will cost us. If Badia Shield is our starting centre back until Fofana is back, I think we will drop points in December.
Yeah, bro, I hear you. I completely hear you, bro. You're right. It's not sustainable, Ryan.
It
This
can't be.
madness is not sustainable. You can't be scoring fours and fives every single week to
For
compensate
example,
for the
cricket.
mad.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Look, I know you don't like this name for the time being. I as well have issues with this individual for the time being. I think he needs a bit of time. Renato Viga, but I don't think he's ready.
Oh my god, brother. What did you
He's
say? What did you just say in my ears?
Renato Viga, bro. I
He's
know.
worse than Badia Shield, bro.
Look, he needs time. He needs time. He
We
I
don't
think
have time.
we don't have time. We don't have time. Yeah, we don't have time. He should just be happy with Conference League for the time being. That's
And
fine.
this is why we miss Reece James too, man. This is why we can't have a 300,000
Do you
player
see why
who is
maybe
not
Reece James
available.
was LCB? Do you see why he was LCB, bro? When Fofana was there, why Reece James was LCB and not Badiashile?
And we
But
see
I
it
don't
now.
think even Enzo Maresca rates Badiashile, you know.
So what would we have to do, bro? Caicedo?
Oh, no, it can't be, bro.
RCB?
There's no way he can. Like, bro, we just have to go with
But then
Malagusto
it's
for the
like,
time being. Do you know what I mean? We'll
so
have
you
to
think we're gonna
Malagusto it.
go with what we did similarly today?
I think so, bro. Because it gave us a little bit more balance. Do you know what I mean? It gave us a little. Because I really
I
don't want to
think
see. I don't want to see Badiashile on that right side. I don't want to see
I
him.
don't want to see him on the left feet. I don't want to see him on the center.
You just don't want to see him. Period.
No.
But
This is a big
look,
headache for Maresca. This is the last. If he could solve this problem, this guy could get us a league title.
bro, let me tell you something, brother. That Brentford game. Look, I'm not sure whether we're going to be pumping 4 goals like that for fun. I'm not sure, bro. They're quite resolute defensively, and these days they're scoring goals too. So we have to find a solution. I know a lot of people on social media I saw today praising the team, of course, and we're going to get to praising as well. We're going to talk about Enzo Fernandez and this, that, the other. Obviously, we've spoken, but I think the reality of the fact is eventually one of these games will come back to haunt us. And Brentford is going to be a top challenge, bro. I'm telling you right now. Brentford will be a top challenge. And if Benoit Badiashile wants to act like a jelly legs against them, they'll clean up.
I don't even mind it, like playing off on the back. I do mind it because it's the basis of our system.
Yeah.
I think our system was suffering so much today because it had two clowns just like clowning the place up.
Oh, Sanchez as well, bro.
Yeah,
Wow.
well, that was what I'm talking about. But I'm much more disappointed in Sanchez because he's a starter. Like Badia Shield's coming in from the bench. He's just not good enough.
Yeah.
Right? But I think for me, I think it'd have to be Tossin, bro. I'm not gonna be okay with Badia Shield. I mean,
Tossin on the right side, Tossin on the left side.
Which side is his best side to play out?
I think right side.
Well, it will help Caldwell too, yeah. Tossin.
Yeah.
Right side. Yeah. I think, but let's move on from that. right?
Yeah.
But I would
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
I would put a full stop here if Enzo could find a solution, which is one of the impossible solutions, bro. It's I don't see where it works except if he could get something out of Tosin. You're not going to
Yeah.
get Badiashile, you're not going to get Axel Desasi.
Nah, Desas is a
But
no-go.
moving on now, I
Mm.
don't want where we need to compensate for centre back, where we undo all the good things that's happening right now in midfield.
Yeah.
You see what's happening right now with that midfield three, where Caicedo is helping Lavia so Enzo could be that free man in attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, I think the role Enzo is playing is that free role that he played in Benfica. That free role, he could come deep and switch play if he wants. How much times to Pedro Neto? He could
Yeah.
get in attack, get in the box, shoot. He could get in between the spaces to hit assists.
Much like Argentina as well, Ryan. That's pretty much
Yeah,
what he does.
I think that I don't want this problem solving to put us back to where we were when we were playing Arsenal and Liverpool.
Yeah.
Because I think against Arsenal and Liverpool, we're kind of caged. Remember, and you said that you believe that Maresca could release the handbrakes if he wanted, and I
Yes.
didn't believe he could.
Yeah.
He proved you correct.
Yeah.
He did
Yeah.
release the brakes.
Yeah.
And I don't want where all the good gets undone because of trying to solve our next problem. It's like you're trying to solve this problem, but you unleash 4 other problems. But you don't want to onshore your defense, dude. It's a huge, and it's coming in such a pivotal time of our season too, because we can't drop points in December.
No. You're right. Look, all of these things have a trickle effect. All of these things have a domino effect. As you said, one of the biggest domino effect that we're seeing right now is Levi Colwell's game is getting hampered. Yeah, him having to look around everywhere and all of these guys clowning around, as you said, his game is getting affected. Look, straight away, goalkeeper, no excuses. We can make that change and we can try and rectify that. We can fix that. Defense, we can try tossing out so that it doesn't hurt us in midfield. You're right. The midfield, the balance at the moment is looking good. Let's not try and compensate that, because we have, let's say we start Benoit Badiashile in defense. Now we can't have Enzo the free guy anymore. Now he needs to be deeper a lot all the time. Do you know what I mean? Because someone in defense can't seem to be defending. So now he can't bomb forward anymore.
And then Cole Palmer has to come and get double marked. And then it's like everything is again.
And then our wingers can't be 1v1. They always got 2 on them. Do you know what I mean? Nicholas Jackson's always got 2 CBs on him. So you're right. Everyone's got to look after their game.
It's like a domino effect.
It's a domino effect, bro. It's a domino effect. So look, we should probably try these things in the Conference League. The Conference League allows us to try these different combinations to see how it works out. I would thoroughly, honestly, I'd be thoroughly using Tosin in the Conference League, on that right side, and see how he does in the Conference League matches, and then see if he can do a job for us in the Premier League in the next weekend. So look, by having Enzo Fernandez as that free guy, Ryan, it helps so many people out, bro. It helps out Cole Palmer. He's not now. Look, teams will have to now start thinking about Enzo Fernandez, Ryan. They'll really have to start thinking about him. He's now scoring goals. Scored a goal against Leicester. Scored a goal against Aston Villa. Scored now against Spurs. Assisting as well. For God knows how long he's been assisting on a regular. Teams will now start focusing on Enzo, and then Cole Palmer will hopefully be open again.
I'll tell you, it's a lose-lose for defenders now.
Yeah.
You try to tie Enzo and Cole Palmer. You try to tie Enzo and Cole Palmer, Pedro Neto. Try to tie 3 of them, Jadon Sancho. It's like you can't stop them. And I want to go to, we talked about something negative. Let's go to something positive now. And we'll go back and forth. Because I have things to say, right?
Yes.
But man, Jadon Sancho, bro. I know there was a little period where he was ill for like 4 weeks, and we didn't know what was going on. We was thinking, oh, could this be a whole Manchester United situation again? But bro, this guy is showing Dortmund levels. This is the Jadon Sancho that people want, that Chelsea fans wanted for 100 million. That is
100.
not only like today, just the comfort in his touch on the ball today.
Yeah.
Just his
Yeah.
passes under pressure, not only in attack but in like midfield areas. His
Yeah.
passes under pressure back to the fullback, back to the defensive midfielder. His touches, it has this YouTube shorts where Thierry Henry said that dribbling should be defined as going to goal. I don't know if you ever saw that, but he
No, I
thinks a
haven't
real
caught that one.
dribbler is not about controlling the ball, it's about going to goal.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
that
Makes
Jadon
sense.
Sancho, man, the dribbling he does is he goes to goal.
He's attacking. He's
Yes,
attacking the
he
goal.
goes to goal. And not only that, but his passes are always good. And his
Yeah.
shooting, he shows that he could shoot. It's just
Yes.
that he just needs something to like push him to shoot. And
Yeah.
I think that when he was dropped and he came back, he was dropped for that reason, because he was not decisive. And I think getting reintroduced into the team, he's fixed that undecisiveness. He's making a choice now. Maybe
Yeah.
it might not always be the correct choice, but he's making a choice.
Yeah.
Before he
Yeah.
wasn't making a choice, he's wrapped. Man,
Yeah.
I think he's been the most improved player in this 4-game run. Other than Enzo, it had to be Sancho.
I have to agree, bro. I have to agree. This is, once again, I have to put it down to Enzo Maresca and his backroom staff. They must have sat down with him. Enzo Maresca said it as well, not that long ago in the press conference. He said, Jadon Sancho is going to be one of our most important players. He's said this several times. It's going to be one of our most important players. And he also said it's up to Jadon Sancho now to mentally and physically keep himself fit. He's emphasized on the word mentally. You got to keep yourself mentally fit, which tells me Enzo Maresca has completely figured out Jadon Sancho as a person. And he's figured it out that, do you know what, Jadon? You're an absolute baller, but I think you have some weakness in mentality at times, which then stops you from really being an explosive player. And I hope the backroom staff and Enzo Maresca are really helping out Jadon Sancho to overcome that. And we're starting to see that. He was getting taunted by our own fan base saying, oh, he doesn't shoot. And now 2 games in a row. Southampton, boom, right side, didn't have to think twice, crash. What a finish. This game, as you said, dribbling directly, dribbling towards goal, shimmies to the right, sees an opening. What's a technique for that shot, bro?
God.
Didn't hit it hard,
Textbook
didn't hit it like a rocket, just placed it, glanced that shot, man, so that the keeper had no opportunity. And do you know what I like even more about that goal, Ryan? I don't know if you noticed this. He scores the goal. Come on, let's go. We're still 1 behind. There's nothing to celebrate here. Let's keep going. I love that attitude. Any other player, into the corner post, boom, this, that.
But you do that too, yeah.
Bro just subtly called me, you're a weak mentality.
It's you, bro. Come on.
I'd probably do that. If I score a goal like that, I'll probably do that. And then my teammate be like, Miz, we're losing. Hurry up.
Yo, I would say this though. We look so much about business today, bro. Yeah. Everybody, I think a lot of fans had that feeling today that Spurs are not good. And this is our game to win, even 2-0 down, right? But bro, I could tell that, how I said that in plenty big games, our team did not look like they believed they could win. It's as if they didn't punch through that ceiling yet. And I think today, each player, even in the midst of the mistakes, right, there was a certain belief in our players, Barron, Benoit, and Sanchez. That they believed, and they had a seriousness about the belief. They were focused. They knew what they wanted. They knew they had to get goals. And when Enzo scored that winner, bro, I saw the replays in slow motion. You saw fire in the players'
Yeah,
eyes, and all the
yeah,
players. It was like
yeah,
it was a fire that you get when you're a couple points away from first, and when
yes,
you just go a couple points ahead of third
y-
place.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
a different fire. It was not fire that, oh, we're so happy to score this goal. It was a fire
Nah.
like saliva coming down like Enzo's mouth. You saw that replay, like it was a
Yeah,
kind of
bro, I saw that.
like a
You
pit. It
could,
was like a pit bull. It was
bro,
like
you could tell that they're building something special. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, you're
we
right,
could
bro.
tell that. I know everybody thought Chelsea is in the mud. I know what, we could lose 3 games in a row. And I hope we don't.
Yeah,
But let me tell you, this crop of players are going to win trophies, and not small trophies or friendly trophies, big honors, big
mm.
trophies. And maybe your teams waiting for our downfall to drop some points, to laugh at us, this and that. Okay, laugh. But let me tell you, this team is coming top 4 week getting back Champions League football. And if they Maresca pinpoints what he wants and that board supports him, and I think they should, because Enzo Maresca is saving this board from a lot, right? This board was
Yeah,
in dire. Not only we needed help, but this board needed help. And
100,
Enzo pulled
100.
us fans out, us players out, and the board out. When we get those 1 to 2 pieces of that puzzle, miss, these players that with that saliva around their mouth, that fire in their eyes, they're gonna win big honors, Premier League, Champions League. They're gonna win titles for Chelsea. Chelsea might not be back in 4 weeks' time, right? It
Yeah,
might not show in 4 weeks' time. We might drop points because of our Fofana injury and Disasi and all these guys.
yeah.
But let me tell you, I'll announce it today that Chelsea is back.
Back.
It might not
I
show
know,
this season, but we are back.
bro. I fully believe it, bro. I believe it as well that we are back. We're not. We've we've put we've left all the sufferings in the past. All the sufferings that we've had in recent times in the last 2 seasons. I think we've left it in the past. I mean, do you know what, Ryan? A testament once again, and this is where I think it's rightful that we praise the board, that we praise the owners, we praise the manager. There are clubs out there like Arsenal, bro. They've stuck by Arteta for so long, and the brother is behind us. The brother is behind us. So I'm glad that we didn't take that Arsenal path where very slow progress. Yeah, third season, phase 4, phase 5, phase 6, and all that. Maresca has come in. He's seen that there's some very, very talented players. And he's created he's
Yeah.
instilled the philosophy. He's created a system that best suits them. And I agree with you, bro. Why can't we compete and win something major? Look, are we going to maybe do it this season? We'll see. We'll see whether we do it or not. But the signs are good. The signs are very, very good. You mentioned about, we could potentially go on a 3-match losing streak now. That will be so uncharacteristic of us. Like before,
Yep.
last couple of seasons, I'd be like, do you know what, Ryan, you're probably right. We'll probably go on a losing streak now because that's how we are. Now, if this team goes on a 3-match losing streak, I'd be shocked, Ryan. I'd be so shocked because that is so against the grain.
Bro,
So
we haven't even lost 3 matches this season.
that's mad.
We only lost
That's
2.
so good.
Our
That's
goal
so good.
difference is better than Arsenal. It's 1 behind Liverpool, and it's way better than City.
That's
And
incredible, bro. That's
yeah,
incredible.
and we conceded 3 dumb goals today. And our goal difference is still better than our rivals. Yes, Man City and Arsenal are rivals. How good does it feel to say that? No.
Incredible, bro.
And
Incredible.
I would say this, bro. I watch Arsenal play a lot of football, and they corner City, right? Scoring corners and set pieces, this and that. And yes, they are a well-established team. Probably have more experience winning week in, week out than us.
Yeah.
But I would say, man, we play better football than Arsenal.
100%, bro. We play, bro. Arsenal, all they're ever looking forward to is corners. Look at the way we carve open teams, bro. Look at how we're carving open, opening up the teams. But having said that, Ryan, if we were just good in our set pieces as well, look at the number of
Good.
corners that we get in a game.
Yeah, I don't
Bro,
know what clownery we'll be doing in corners, bro.
if we were half as good as Arsenal and picked up a goal every 5, 6 corners, we'd clean up. Arsenal are literally scoring goals off their corners on a regular basis. On a regular basis. If we can just sort that out, I know a lot of us we laugh at Arsenal. You know, we give them a lot of shit. We give them banter by saying that all you do is just score corner goals.
Well, that's part of
Right.
the game.
Tell me you'd
I
want
would
to see
take it.
Chelsea.
Yeah,
You'd take it, right?
tell me what you'd be doing, bro. Tell me. I want to know.
Give me
I
a
just wanna,
secret.
just wanna laugh at you a bit more. Just tell.
I just want to laugh, but just quickly in my ear, please.
Yeah. No, okay. So we talked about a positive there, Sancho. I'm gonna go to a negative, right? Let's go to a negative now, and I will talk about Nicholas Jackson. So I told my dad this. Like my dad loves Jackson. I like Jackson a lot too, right?
I like him as well.
I would probably say I love Jackson because when he scored that goal last week, I was pumped, bro.
Yeah,
that one-touch goal, bro.
He's a good player. He's a good player. It's just
And you see how much he cared today when he came off, bro. He looked like he was crying.
Someone was saying he was crying. Apparently, is that true?
Yeah, it looks so. But which is good. He always looks like that. But let me tell you, maybe it's not good if he always looks like that because I mean he plays rubbish every game. But I would say this about Jackson, right? I told my dad this. My dad was like, "Yo, Jackson's gonna score the winner, bro. Don't worry, he's gonna score the winner."
Yeah.
I was like, Jackson is not a player that grows into games. He grows out of games. I think it's like, it has two types of opening batsmen in cricket. It has like that batsman, like he first over, he hits a 6 and then he's gonna score 100.
Yeah.
That's Jackson.
Yeah.
And then there's the next batsman who will be like, they'll block for the first over, grind. They'll play out the swing a little bit, look like they're gonna out, but then after the fourth over, when the ball get a little bit older, then they start.
Oh, it's on. Game.
Yeah,
it's on.
I think Jackson is the first style player. Like you could tell from the first 20 minutes if Jackson's gonna have a good game or not. And Maresca gives him that chance, but it seems like it's Jackson against Jackson after the 25th minute. It's like every touch he's beating up himself for. He's scuffing shots, falling to the ground and looking up like this. He's like beating up his own self. Like his own manager and teammates not beating up on him for missing. But he just wants to do so well that he beats himself up. That's my opinion on him. And he grows out of matches. And I think that, Eunice says in his videos that he's looking at Jackson like scoring once every 2 games, once every other game. So the pressure is off for this game because he scored last game.
Because he scored
last game. I think with Jackson, I am happy to have him in our team. And I think he will continue to be important for us. But as he develops, it makes me think that we should not give up on Nkunku yet. Because with fixtures coming in thick, Conference League is going to come back around, FA Cup, we want to win that. We're going to have, and then we want to fight for Premier League, right? I want to fight for Premier League. I don't know if other fans want to say it or not, but I want to fight in this competition, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
I think that Nkunku, I think each game you could see that he's bought in. He's like he's bought into the idea. He doesn't look disgruntled. He doesn't look like he doesn't care. I think that Nkunku, we should try to work him in. Like how we kind of worked him in today. We should try to work him into important moments. Because I think that not only that he could help us as Chelsea, but he could help Jackson too. Because I think Nkunku is a fantastic first touch player, fantastic link-up player, and a fantastic finisher. And I think we should not waste that, especially with the position we're in on the table now. I think he could have a big part to play for the rest of our season. That's just my opinion.
I agree. I think with Nkunku, one of the biggest problem is the difference when it is off the ball is night and day, and that's something on him. He's got to do that.
I was watching him closely, and listen, I think when he now came back, like about a month and a half, 2 months ago, it is night and day. That was like IMAX
Yeah.
and Nkunku, like
Sit down and
free,
watch the game.
free,
Yeah.
free IMAX points, free movies every week, free popcorn drink, right? But I think like recently, different players have different styles. But I think
Yeah.
recently Nkunku has been pressing decently. It's like each game he's doing it better and
Mm.
better and better. You need to realize that Nkunku is coming back from a whole season out of injury,
Yeah.
right? So he's managing himself. He isn't going to look busy, busy, busy in press. Like, listen, Nkunku and Jackson could cover the same amount of ground, but Jackson kind of runs like Rudiger. So you see his presence more when he's running to press. It's like he's stamping and huffing and puffing when he runs.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Nkunku could cover that same ground, but he just has a different style of how he does it.
Yeah. He just
You
glides.
know what
He
I
glides.
mean? So it kind of goes under the radar, but he's
Yeah.
still doing it. I think like I was watching him closely this past 3 appearances or so, and I could see that it's getting bought into him. He doesn't look like a spectator. I think that just give him small chances, let him buy in more and more, and I think sooner or later he's gonna have an impact on his Chelsea team, especially if you want to push for titles this year.
Look, what I'll say about Jackson is there's a lot to like about his game. And I think we've talked about this previously as well. We've talked about very, very uh, deeply into the skill set he carries as a good player. There are certain things that really annoy me about Nkunku. Is today we saw some very, very fine examples. We've seen previously as well, holding on the ball for too long when there's options to pass, take a position. Um, Finishing seems to be 1 week on, 1 week off, 1 week on, 1 week off. Today was one of those off weeks. I'm not advocating for Nkunku to be sold or anything like that. I think Nkunku this season definitely has value for our team. But I'm just saying, and this is something for you to think about, Ryan. Just like similarly how I'm pretty sure Jadon Sancho has been sat down by the manager and shown video clips of his games and whatnot. I'm pretty sure Madueke is having the same thing. Someone just needs to sit down with Nicholas Jackson and show Jackson, this is where you can do better. This is where you need to pass quicker. Because I feel if Jackson today was a far more ruthless finisher and a better decision maker, I think we'd be sitting here and saying, yeah, Nkunku, my man, it's okay. You're the secondary player because Jackson's doing a whole heap of other things as well that are
Yeah,
superior to Nkunku. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's almost like which path is quicker? Hoping for Nkunku really lifts up that off the ball work rate up to Nkunku Jackson's level, or Jackson picking up his final third decision making level. Like which
I
one,
think
which player will get there quicker to their
so.
destination, and
Is
then you
this
go
is
with
how
that.
this is how I'm looking at it, right? I'm looking at it is that Chelsea's in a really weird position because we didn't expect ourselves to be here.
Mm.
And the way I'm thinking about it now, it's not about, for example, it's not Jackson versus Nkunku, right? For me, it's Jackson and Nkunku
Mm.
because I think that we can't have a title push on Jackson's shoulder alone, right?
Yeah,
A striker.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
it Nkunku? I'm thinking that we could get Nkunku to a position where he could start helping Jackson, helping Chelsea. He could start covering up those gaps when he
Mm.
feels tired, when he is beaten on himself,
Mm.
to a possible point where maybe he could start games. He could help himself too. I see it as not this competition between Jackson and Nkunku. For same thing with Sancho. I am not gonna be here like in naivety thinking that Sancho is gonna play like this every game for the next 8 months.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's João Felix and Sancho. right?
You're thinking from
It's
a
going.
squad perspective.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
thinking
thinking about
squad.
a squad point of view that we have such talented players here that
Yeah.
I'm not going to think that Nkunku and João Felix are Conference League guys.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking that these guys, we've built them up to this point. Right now it's December. These guys are going to help us now. These guys are going to help us in the Premier League. These guys are going to help us against the big teams, against the Brentford, against in this title push. Because Sancho can't, nobody in our team could sustain it for so long. Nobody. You know what I mean? Even Gusto can
100%.
sustain it. And now Gusto got like a 3-week break, and look at him now. He looks rejuvenated. Look at those shots he was having today and crosses. It was good.
Yeah, and maybe you're right, bro. Like maybe Jackson, just like Madueke, probably has got into that zone where he feels, well, I'm a guaranteed starter. Like there's no one there to compete with me, and maybe just to make him feel that, bro, you got a lot to accomplish. You got a lot to still develop, and maybe taking him away and putting Nkunku in,
Yeah, but I want, I
might be
want,
wise.
I want to end this point. You remember like when Chelsea had like Dembaba, Eto, and Torres at once, and then
Bro, it was
Mourinho put
mad.
all three of them on, and then I don't know which one of them scored. Was Dembaba scored the winner and Torres assisted it or something, and then
Yeah,
all three strikers were so pumped and they had that blood in their eyes and they had that vicious push because they
yeah,
loved it. They felt involved. I want my João Felix and my Nkunkus to feel that. I want
yeah,
when they celebrate, they have in their eyes, they want to like tear the shirt, they want to
yeah.
hold the badge. I
That
want my
togetherness.
players, I want the players from the B team who actually are very good to feel belonging in this Premier
Mm,
League run we on. I want them to feel belonging to Chelsea, and I feel like a lot of fans have excluded these guys, man, because of this Conference B League thing. Let me tell you, B team, listen, I'm not going to include Tosin and Disasi and all these guys, but I would say that João Felix and Kunku, there's some big talents in there
mm,
that I want them to start feeling involved, that they need to help us. Because
mm.
look, Pedro Neto is going to be out next game. Next game is important, right? He's out because
Yeah,
of that yellow card. We need João Felix or Nkunku to come on and feel belonging. That when they
mm,
score, if they contribute in this match, that they are part of this Chelsea that's on the news. You know,
mm, mm,
they're
mm.
not on another team. They're not on another squad. They're with us, and I
Yeah,
think that I really want to see that because I feel these guys have so much help. This season is long, and this season has unpredictable things. Injuries could happen, this and that. I want these guys to feel that they're blue, that they're part of us. That's what I want.
100%. 100%, man. And I think Enzo Maresca has said this several times in the press conference that we don't have an A or a B team. It's just a matter of some of these players that are not getting the opportunity in the Premier League. They're getting the opportunity in the Conference League. But very soon we could see some players that heavily feature in the Conference League would start coming into the Premier League. So, look, I'm hopeful. I'm very much uh, in the belief of Enzo Maresca. I have the trust in him that he will find a solution. That he will look at all of this Nicholas Jackson stuff that happens every other week. One week, as you said, he'll score a goal. Another week, he'll not, and we're okay with it because he's developing. But we need more games like this against Spurs. If we had a striker that was just capable of putting that ball in the back of the net, once again, it becomes another threat, right? It becomes another threat. So let's see. Let's wait and see, Ryan. That's all I have to say. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see.
Yeah. So that was a negative. Let's go back to a positive here, right?
Come on, bro.
So let's go back to a positive here. And that was not even a negative. That's more of how we could help our striker,
Yeah, it's more of
right?
an
Because
observation.
because
More of an
I think
observation.
all of us know that the only reason we're here in this position is how well Jackson has been doing for us, man.
Correct.
Especially
Correct.
coming up. Everybody was saying we need Osimhen, and Jackson put his hand up. There's
Yeah.
a lot to improve, but he put his hand up, and I'm going to continue to support. right? But
Yeah.
it's a huge positive today. I think has to be Lavia, bro.
Mm.
What a guy, man. What a player. I
The
think
guy who got the
Lavia,
people's elbow.
yo, and he kicked out. Well, he didn't kick out. He didn't kick out at three, bro, because he got subbed off. But yo, I think Lavia is he goes under the radar. Like
Yeah.
everybody knows he always give. Lavia always gives 9 out of 10 performances. He consistently gives 8 to 9 out of 10, and
Bro, he's strong.
nobody really says anything. Everybody's like, "Yeah, Lavia's good," but then they
Yeah.
go on to talk about other players. It's
Yeah.
like, but the things Lavia do in that midfield, not only how good he is in tight spaces, not only
Yeah.
good he is at dribbling, those fine touches, but those line breaking passes he does to get the ball to Enzo, to get the ball to our player in the pocket, to get the ball to Jackson.
Yeah.
It's so intricate, it's so accurate under deep pressure. I haven't seen a six so talented at so young in
Mm.
probably the longest time. And I know we don't get to sing his praises because of his fitness. It's not like
Yeah.
he's playing 90 every week for us,
Yeah.
right? But this guy, man, if he could keep fit, which I think he's showing that maybe he does not have a serious injury problem, it's more like he could work his way back to full
Yeah.
fitness. I think this player could be a huge player for Chelsea, man. He's one of the most talented midfielders I've seen him for his age.
Bro, today, honestly, before he got that hit on the head, and I think it was a tactical substitution because he was on a yellow. Nothing to do with how he was performing. I don't think so. Because for me, at halftime, I said it, and you agreed, and a lot of people that were in the watch along in the live chat was commenting as well that Romeo Lavia was our best midfielder. He was definitely our best midfielder. So look, there is apparently some sort of an injury cloud again. This is why he was subbed off. They were saying that they're just taking a bit of precaution on his hamstring. Um, so hopefully he's not going to be out for too long. Maybe he's out for the next one against Brentford. But yeah, the more he gets the opportunity to play, yeah, bro, he's going to develop even more. And he does look the part. He definitely does look the part. No doubts about that. So yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, Miss. Well, I've said a lot. I've
Mm.
brought up positive and negatives. Is there anything that you want to get off your chest before we close off things today?
I think we've touched base on a lot of things. Just quickly, before we wrap things up, I think it's very interesting that Enzo Fernandez, bro, I don't know what happened, but something happened because not that long ago we were saying this brother needs to start winning duels and he needs to start winning his second balls. Because on the ball, even though he wasn't doing well, we knew he's got the quality on the ball. That's not what we're worried about. Worried about that Premier League is going by him. Boy, is he now winning duels and winning second ball, scoring goals, assisting. Bro, is it all because he's split up with his missus? Like, I mean, since that news, Ryan, this man, I mean, I've said it a few times in my videos that personal issues can affect you in workplace, you know. You would know, I would know as well. I definitely know about this. Sometimes in personal life, you can bring it to work. Since that separation news, and since he said that I wanna catch up on my lost times and I want to mingle again, bro, man's free.
Since Enzo joined Hinge, he just become a different guy, bro.
Since he
We got
joined
Hinge,
Hinge, he's
Enzo.
unhinged. He's unhinged.
Unhinged. All I have to say is this, bro. Campeón el mundo.
Campeón el
Is
mundo,
this
bro.
the? I don't want to be weird about it because like it's only like 3 games, right? But
A bit more than 3 games. He was performing well, yeah, and I know no one's gonna. He was doing well in the Conference League as well, but
okay,
I know it's stuff the Conference
past
League. Yeah.
past
I'd
month,
say 5 games.
right?
5 games.
5 games.
Yep.
Is this the most complete Enzo Fernandez we've been seeing since he joined Chelsea
100%. 100%. There's no
as
two
a
ways about it.
midfielder.
He's off the ball work and he's on the ball work and he's scoring.
Scoring and assisting and switching
This,
play. He's doing
this is the most
everything.
complete. This is the most complete.
Bro.
And the
I'm so
timeline
happy.
coincides. The timeline coincides with him separating the news.
You're like, yo, maybe you should DM him and ask him, bro. It's maybe to do.
It's quite mad. And it's not as if his missus was ugly or something, bro. His missus was good looking.
I would say this though, Enzo is repaying the fate that everybody at Chelsea put into him. Because during his controversies and all the things this season, the board never gave up on him. They kept him as the captain.
Yeah.
The manager never gave up on him. Kept him as captain. Continued
Players
to play
didn't
him.
give up on him. Players
didn't give up. Even when he got dropped, the manager said it's not because of he's not good. It's just because for tactical reasons, for physicality. He will play a lot. He is part of our team. I think that he has given back all the trust that we placed on him this season because we placed massive trust in him.
Yeah.
And he is showing captain material, man.
Bro.
He is showing captain material.
Leading by example, bro. He's leading. He's holding that armband, bro. Like proper.
It's crazy when anybody scores, they touch the badge, eh?
Bro.
They play for Chelsea. They don't play for themselves. They're not doing this and all this and who am I and stuff.
Straight to the badge. Straight to the badge. This man, he loves Chelsea Football Club. There's no two ways about that. He loves Chelsea.
I want to talk about one more guy before we close off, though. I think...
And just before you talk about that guy, just quickly as well, as another player Enzo Maresca publicly talked about and said this is why he's not starting for me because physically he's lacking.
So would you give Madueke a chance next week then?
Bro, so many players are developing and listening to him publicly. Do you know what I mean? Reece James, we also heard his captaincy, right? And then he dropped a really good game before got injured again. But yeah, this manager, bro, he's doing the right thing. He's doing the right talks and he's getting the best out of all of these players. So yeah, bro. You were going to say about one last player, yeah.
Cole Palmer, bro.
Bro. He's too much.
You know what? Today showed me, bro, that he's just too nonchalant. He's so talented that he just loses concentration. He doesn't take enough initiative sometimes. Because today when he decided to take on like 4 people, he got through and we scored that Enzo goal. Or because he decided that, okay, I'm not going to just pass back this time or try something to shoot a weird shot or this and that. I'm going to take on these people. Because I think a lot of times that Cole gets in good positions, but he's just way too nonchalant. It's like he would try a flick, but it wouldn't hit his foot hard enough, so it wouldn't reach the player. He would scuff a shot. He would scuff a pass. I feel like he had confidence is so good, but sometimes he could show that he has so much confidence that he's not concentrating.
Yeah.
And that's one thing. And yes, he's a player that he will continue to get goals and assists. I'm just thinking that it can't be that just because he is so talented that the manager can't tell him where he needs to improve. It can't be that he's untouchable, like Cole is Cole, and he's just like different player, and we can't tell him nothing. This is just how he is. No. I think that he still has a step above to go.
For sure.
Because he's a young kid. He's a boy. He's a boy, right? He's a boy. Yeah. I see him there. He's having fun. Like he's like a kid on a playground.
Yeah.
Right? And which is amazing. I love that because sometimes it helps him in serious moments.
Yeah.
Like in that penalty was a high pressure penalty. Both of them.
Yeah. Both of them.
I think the kid in him, the kid and the nonchalantness, and it was like he just laughed it off and just like it was funny to him. It was like a joke. This whole thing was a joke thing, right?
What about last week when he took the goal from Nkunku and he put the Instagram story saying, "Sorry, Nkunku had to take the goal. My FPL managers needed me." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So I think with Cole, though, I think he's one of them players where, okay, pressure is not on because you're fantastic. You're our best player. I would say that. But I think I would like to see him take more initiative to correct some of the things that he's doing now. You know, I don't think he
Mm.
should be above criticism because he's the best player for us. I think I would like to see him continue to mature because I'm gonna hate people might hate on me for this. I just
Mm.
want to disclaim it that I love Cole Palmer and that he's our best player probably.
Bro,
But
people will
I would
not hate
say
on you.
I
Go
would
on.
say I felt like each player today was taking so much initiative and like the seriousness and they were approaching their game. And I
Mm.
felt
Mm.
like for a huge portion of our game, Palmer did not have the same concentration that Sancho had or Neto had or Enzo had. It's like
Mm.
those four players around them or three players around them were constantly just trying to score, trying to get goals,
Yeah.
trying. And it felt like so much times Palmer would get the ball and he just wasn't giving it 100%. And
Mm.
the weird thing is Palmer's 70% is better than a lot of people. But I
A lot of
know
people's
that he has
100%. You know what I mean?
yeah, but I know he has that 30% in there, and you can tell when he has it in the tank and he's not giving it. And this makes me
Mm.
wonder why he's
No,
not
no,
giving it.
you're definitely not going to get hate for this because there's a lot of people that have been saying in my live chat when I do watch alongs or live streams that Miz Cole Palmer's not been the greatest over the last 5, 6, 7 games, whatever the case is, and he's just getting away because obviously it's Cole Palmer. He's scoring goals still. He's still assisting, but that overall game is just not there like he used to be last season. Um,
Especially for someone playing once a week. It's a bit disappointing.
exactly
It's not
once a
like
week as
like you
well.
know what Petri was playing every 3 days and he played like 70 appearances in one season. It's not like that.
It's not like that. It's not like that. And today's classic moment was when Enzo Fernandez in the first half squared the ball to him at 2-1.
He scuffed
Bro,
it.
you don't scuff it right in front, right? A pressurized situation. That makes it 2-2 within 25 minutes. Within 25 minutes, it's 2-2. Do you know what I mean? But he scuffed it, and look, kudos to him with the penalties. That's brilliant. But look, I think, as you said, we forget he's a kid. We forget he's a kid. For a kid, he shows a lot of maturity. We have to understand that. For a kid, he shows a lot of. Maresca has once again said a lot of this. Like Cole Palmer is one of those players in our team. He's not satisfied with one goal. He wants the second. He wants the third. He wants the fourth. But it's about concentration at all times. Full 90 minutes. Like having that fire in your eye that I'm about to win this game single-handedly. Yeah, my team's doing good. Yeah, the opposition's great. I'm about to win this game single-handedly. Like, for example, what Eden Hazard sometimes used to do for us, bro. Eden be like, just give me the ball.
Yeah.
Put it here on my feet and just trust
But
me, bro. Do you know what I mean?
that's the next step. And maybe it might not happen this season, but I'm just putting it out there that I want to see a next step in his progression, you know?
Yeah.
But I think what I'm happy about though, like last season, we could tell that Cole Palmer was like, everybody was at Cole Palmer's level of maturity in our team. It's
Mm-hmm.
like we were a bunch of kids. And I felt like so much people are stepping up this season, man. Like Caicedo
100%.
feels like a full senior player out there, even though he's
Oh,
just as young as them. Caicedo
yep.
feels like he's like their uncle, even though he's the same age as them.
Same age. Same
Yeah.
age. Yeah.
That's why like Enzo feels like huge experience. Well, he feels like the World Cup winner. We know.
Yep.
Cucurella feels like a senior player now. He feels like Euro Cup winner, Spain national team player, right?
Mm.
I feel like those three in particular, and Pedro Neto he feels like an experienced player. Like he
I
does
agree.
not feel like a kid, if that
No,
makes sense. I feel
100%
that
agree.
this year, Cole Palmer has about 4 to 5 players around him that feels
Yeah.
like more mature than him,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and which is probably a good thing.
It is. It is. They'll
So
help
so
him.
now,
They'll help him.
because the people he's training with now, they've all grown that it could kind of rub off on him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I feel like last season, even though much of them was the same players, I feel like all of them from a mental level was below him. And he was playing and surrounding himself with players who were kind of below him. And kind of he was the standard.
Last season, I don't know if you remember, I don't know whether Poch said this or not, but one of the things Poch did say in the press conference was players depend on Cole. Players just look to pass to him only. They're like, we don't know what to do, we'll give it to Cole Palmer. Enzo Maresca categorically said this season, we're not a Cole Palmer FC. Cole's got a role to play, others have roles to play as well.
And you could see it. You could see it.
And you 100% see it. And this is good for Cole. Cole will look at Enzo, for example, now and be like, wow, okay, baller. Enzo, baller. You know, he's carrying himself nicely. Looking at Caicedo, baller. Sancho, even. Absolute baller. Look at him. Look at the way he's carrying himself. Neto, baller. So he's looking around everywhere, to his right, to his left. And he's like, I'm surrounded with a lot of ballers now. And ballers that are mature, that carry themselves well. And it can only rub off on him now. Like that's only the natural thing to happen. So what you are saying, that the next thing is to arrive to the next level, it will happen, bro. It will happen. Cole Palmer is a player that I can wholeheartedly say he's got different levels to reach, and I think he will get there. He will get there. We just need to be a bit patient, and we will be
there.
We will be there. And we can be patient with Cole Palmer because, once again, as you said, 70% Cole Palmer is better than a lot of people's 100%.
We could be patient because he has his support around him now.
Correct. So
because he could drop off on games and we'd still play really well, and then he would come and add the icing on the cake.
Correct. And recently he's done that. Recently, I'll have to say, Enzo Fernandez has been very, very vital.
The team has been helping Cole.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And Cole, with his talent, has been helping us because he could put the final touch. He could score goals that people can't score, or he could get assists that people can't assist. But 100%. The whole structure of the game, it has people working around him that's more consistent. I'm not talking consistent game to game. I'm talking consistent throughout 90 minutes. We're seeing Sancho is immense for all his touches in the game. He's immense in what he's doing. Whereas Cole would be immense for half of them. But in that half, he would get 2 goals and an assist.
Exactly.
He's getting a lot of help. And you know what? Maybe in February he might turn up.
Yeah,
you never
fully
know.
turn up.
Switch.
Fully turn up. Yeah. And
so
that could be brilliant for us if we're on the way.
Yeah, and then maybe at that time Sancho would come down and then Pedro Neto would come up. So we have a lot of good talented players that could support each other. And that's why I want someone to support Jackson. Because when all these wingers supporting each other, Felix is going to jump in. And I think Felix is a really good player. I'll back him. I think he will do really well at Chelsea.
Yeah.
He's on an 8-year contract too. So he is a long-term goal at Chelsea. But I think Nkunku, man, I want you to feel involved so you could help Jackson too. Because nobody's helping Jackson, bro. Jackson's just there with his weight on his shoulder. Today showed me he has a weight on his shoulder when he came off crying, even though we were winning.
That's a good point, man. That's a very good point.
He's a young guy too.
He's a young guy as well.
Yeah, he's a young guy. People, because he looks more mature, people forget. Yeah. Let me see. He's 23. 23. He's young.
He's young.
A lot of pressure and no help. We need. And Nkunku is an old dude that has experience, right? Not old, but you know what I mean.
I think he's 27. I think he's 27.
Yeah, we need Nkunku to. We need him. I don't know who needs to fix what. Maybe a lot has to do with Nkunku, how he fixes himself. But we need them. Maybe not to
I
start, but
agree.
we need them to help.
I agree, bro. I agree. All right, bro. Let's wrap this up. As usual, it's been a fantastic conversation. Lots of positives, few negatives that we can fine tune and make better, which will ultimately help us out. But I feel like something special is happening, bro. I feel like we are in the right path and something special is happening. So
Benoit
Benoit,
says
bro. Benoit.
differently. Says
Oh my
different.
days.
Benoit.
Benoit, but dear shield. Oh my days. All right.
Anytime
On
I
that note,
smile, I always think about Benoit. I always think about Benoit. It keeps me humble.
no, 100%, bro. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification, and we shall see you guys very, very soon. I'm sure we'll catch Ryan again in either pre-match or during the podcast again. So do look out for that. Until next time, everyone. Take care. See ya. Goodbye.